Can your outdoor permanent lights do this? Hello guys, Life Hackster here. Today we are going to take a look at the eufy S4 permanent lights. This is now their third generation of these lights, and I did review their first E22 and their second one, the E120 models, a while back, and I will link it down below if you want to check it out after you watch this video. If you're familiar with other brands that sell these type of lights, I'll tell you at the end why eufy, especially on the security lighting side of things, is a better choice. And this model took it up a notch with the inclusion of a radar sensor with these lights. This is a sponsored video by eufy, and they sent this S4 outdoor permanent lights to me to be checked out, so thank you. This is the eufy permanent outdoor lights S4, and I got the 100-foot model. They have a 150 and 200 feet models also, and this has a radar motion sensor. And you will see later on how this works. We have 1500 to 9000 color temperature range on the lights, and this has RGB and 2 white LEDs. And this, unlike their older models, can be cut and spliced. Inside the box, you'll get some paperwork and installation tips. We have some positioning guides here for the lights and the sensor. We have the controller unit. This has a total length of 14 feet, and this is also weather resistant, IP65 rated. We have an extension cable for the lights, 12 feet, and the wires, by the way, are color-coded. And we have 2 splicers. We have the power supply, which is weather resistant, IP67 rated, output 36 volts, 3 amps. 3-way connector for the radar sensor, extension cable for the controller, 8.5 feet. We have some extra mounts and accessories here, and we have some wire clips and some mounting screws, and we have some silicone tube for weatherproofing our splice. And we have the radar motion sensor, IP65 rated, and is powered by USB-C, which we will connect using the 3-way connector to our lights. Then the star of the show, the LED lights. eufy packaged this with 2 strings already connected. One string of lights is 16.5 feet with 12 LED lights. We have a 3-wire connector, so the light has 3 LEDs, RGB, and 2 color whites. Mounting tape on the removable mount, which is good. And you can also screw in the mount, which will be covered by the light themselves. So this is a cleaner looking design, and just 1 screw mounting. I'll tell you, this cuts your install time at least by half compared to other brands that use 2 screws. This is a good design here by eufy. And also, you can easily remove the lights if needed from the mount, and you can slide it out both ways. Nice. So we have another 2 sets of 2 connected strings, total length of 100 feet. Before installing, I'll just hook up all the lights and the controller just to make sure everything lights up. Time to install this. You do need to plan this out first where you want to plug in the lights, because this is where you want to start. So I start lighting up the lights, making sure the connectors are facing the right way. Things that you need: an alcohol spray or wipe, so to prep and clean where you want to stick the lights, and a rag to wipe the area. I have a small drill here to pre-drill the screw hole, and I have hardy board eaves, and for a more permanent install, I need to screw in the lights because the mounting tape will eventually fail. I have to remove my older E120 lights to set this up, but before that, we will compare the newer S4 ones. The size of the light pods themselves are the same, but because of the removable mount, it sits a bit taller. Without the mount, they are the same size. Also, the older E120 only has 10 lights per string, and this S4 one has 12 lights. To install, spray the area with alcohol and wipe it down. You can use the ruler guide, which you want the light around 2 to 4 inches from your wall. Peel off the liner and stick the light. Apply pressure for about 10 seconds. And because I'm screwing this in, I'll just slide off the light, pre-drill the hole, and I'll just screw this in, just 1 screw to hold the mount in place, and slide back in the light. And I'll just show you the time lapse of my install. Now, if you have a 2-story house or you have taller eaves, this is going to be a bit harder, and you'll most likely need another person to spot you and stabilize the ladder for you. Next, I'll just screw in the power supply close to the power outlet that I will use. This power adapter is IP67 rated. Next, I'll screw in the controller, and I'll just then connect the controller to the first string of lights, and a little bit of wire management. Time to add these lights to the app. Now, eufy is migrating their lights to the eufy security app instead of eufy Life, and I'll talk more about this later. Let's plug it in for power. Next, open up the Eufy app. Lights, plus sign to add device. Permanent outdoor light says 4. Next, press the controller button for 2 seconds. Select your Wi-Fi network and your password and wait until it is added successfully. Name it, where you install it, and under the eaves for this setup. And update the firmware if needed. Time to connect the radar sensor, which I'll be placing it here in the connection between the lights, which is in the middle of my yard. Then I'll also use this 3-way connector. Connect it to one end and then the other one. And I'll just screw in the connector here to the wall like so. Then I'll screw in the sensor here in the wall also with 2 screws. And then I'll plug in the other end of the connector to the sensor, which is USB-C. And I'll use the included adjustment template to adjust the angle of the downward tilt of the sensor. And now let's add it to the app. Add device, radar motion sensor, which I need to pair this with the S4. Already installed it. Press the sync button for 2 seconds. And wait until it is added and update the firmware if needed. For the follow glow feature, which you saw in the intro, we need to calibrate the radar sensor. In the settings, there is motion control, and you see here the tilt of the sensor, and in the follow glow, click calculation to start calibrating. And I'm in the front of the sensor, and I just need to follow the instructions. Going to the left, reached it, then I'll select which lights I'm in front of. Then move to the right and do the same thing. The detection spread of the radar sensor is 120 degrees horizontally and the range of about 40 feet. You can also add multiple radar sensors in your setup. When everything is calibrated, you will get this. Let's check these settings in the app. Click on the light to get to its main interface. In here, we have some AI light theme options, or use the light chat to describe what you want the light scene you want. Then we have the scenes, where you can choose from up to 120 light presets, starting from daily lighting, white light, and see how bright it is, bumping it to 100%. Warm white, cool white, daylight white, glided glow. We have the follow glow options here like what you saw earlier. And we have the holiday presets like New Year's Day. And you can choose from different New Year options. We have Valentine's, President's Day, and many more. And we also have nature themes. Click the gear icon for the settings. We have motion control, which I showed you earlier to calibrate the radar sensor. By the way, this S4 permanent lights works with Matter, and you can connect it from here. Light Manager, where you have the light disable option. So if you have lights or lights that you don't want to turn on, you can do it from here. You have a schedule option to set up time frames when the lights will be on, or you can add the lights to a light group, so they will turn on and off automatically in a schedule. And one more thing to show you, and going back to the main interface, click Personal if you want to make your own custom light show. You can easily select colors from the color wheel for each light, and you can set the light effect that you want. Also, this has music flow if you want the lights to sync with your music that your phone is listening in or playing. Let's go back to scheduling, and because of the radar sensor, you can actually choose a motion activated schedule. Let's name it Motion Alarm, and let's make it a daily routine. And let's adjust the time. Let's say around 12:30 in the morning till 5 a.m. And you can adjust the detection range of the sensor, or you can click Advanced to have grid options. And I'll just use normal for this setup with the farthest distance detection. There is a detect delay to minimize false detection, and I'll set it for 2 seconds. And auto off is how long the light will be on after the motion, so I'll keep it in 10 seconds. And in the lighting mode, you can choose general lighting if you just want it to light up with different presets or use your own custom lighting. But I'll choose and we'll test out Eufy's alarm lighting, and there's 4 to choose from. Let's save it And let's test it out. If someone is getting into the range of your radar sensor on the time frame that you set, this is what happens. Cool. Lastly, I'll just show you how the cutting and splicing works. If your run of the lights is too long, you can cut it. This kit comes with 2 splicers, a female and a male one. So let's cut it here in the middle of the 2 lights. And we'll get rid of the extra ones. And we will use this one because we can cover the end. So let's open it up, and there's 3 parts. And we will thread this one first. Then I have to separate the wires so that I can feed one at a time in the holes of the silicone gland. Then I'll strip the wires, about 15 millimeters it says in the instructions. Twist them, and the connector right here is color-coded. Just flip the tabs and make sure the right color-coded wire goes to the right hole. And flip it down to lock it in. Same thing with the yellow wire and the red one. Do a quick tug, making sure the connection is solid. Then slide this piece back in together, making sure the red gasket is in place. Then screw in the 2 pieces together tight for a weatherproof seal. Now on this side where the rubber gland is, you can use the included silicone tube and put some silicone on where the wires went in on the rubber gland. And now you can screw in the cap here to terminate the connection, or you can connect an extension cable, which this kit comes with one 12-foot extension cable. So what do you think? I like the mounting design of this S4 model, making it cleaner looking compared to other brands. And it is also removable without unscrewing or peeling off the mounting tape. Just slide the light modules out on either side and you can easily remove the lights. I like that one string of lights have an extra 2 light modules on it. And also that this S4 model can be cut and spliced if needed. The radar sensor and the follow glow is also a pretty interesting feature, and definitely can be a deterrent and can scare people away when they realize that the light is following them. Now, integration of your eufy security cameras to act as a trigger to control the lights are not available at the time of testing this. And this is mostly because eufy is transitioning from the eufy Life app to the eufy security app to control these lights. But at the time of the release of these lights and you seeing this video, eufy says that this feature should already be available. And I'll just show you how this should work using my old video on the E120 model of permanent lights. My eufy floodlight cam detected the motion and triggered the light effect that I programmed. So this, or the motion activated alarm lighting using the radar sensor or the follow glow option, makes this eufy permanent outdoor lights S4 way better and more versatile than other brands that just have the RGB lights, which this eufy can also do. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.